Okay, so first up, we've got the next Star Wars feature film that'll be coming to the big screen in 2023, and that is Star Wars Rogue Squadron. I am very excited about this because Rogue One, we got to see the perspective of the rebels, the ground soldiers, and now we're going to see the perspective of the pilots. So I'm guessing we're going to have some great X-wing versus TIE fighter action, and I am so excited to see that. I know some people are probably disappointed that it's not like the first installment of the Rian Johnson trilogy or the Kevin Feige trilogy, but there's normally a pretty good gap between each trilogy. So, I think that's probably why, because Star Wars is at its best on the big screen, and Disney and Lucasfilm know this. So, even if it's not like the next installment in a trilogy, they definitely do want to have some content on the big screen before, the next trilogy comes out. Okay, so Rogue One fans, myself included, we're very excited to hear that there is a Cassian Andor series coming to Disney Plus that was actually announced quite a while ago, and we got a feature out of it, and it is actually officially titled Star Wars Andor. The logo looks amazing. We got some concept art, the kind of trailers the way they did with the original trilogy, just showing concept art at first, which is just amazing. I'm so excited to see, the world of Rogue One again, because it's like that dark and gritty version of Star Wars that I really like. It's like a lot like a war movie, and I really liked the character of Cassian Andor. So I am really excited. Also, this one's supposed to be like a spy thriller, so I am so excited for the Cassian Andor series. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Rangers of the New Republic. It's going to be set in the same time period as The Mandalorian, and I'm guessing it's going to be about, the New Republic. Some people are theorizing it's going to be a Cara Dune series. Maybe, maybe not. I'm actually really interested to see how the New Republic actually kind of forms into the Resistance. I'm really excited to see that. So yeah, I don't know too much about this show, but I'm really excited to see more content, and we're going to get to see stuff about maybe the soldiers of the New Republic. And we haven't got to see too much of that era between 6 and 7, which might be one of the most interesting eras of Star Wars, maybe the most interesting era. And it hasn't been explored too much, so I'm excited that we're going to be exploring it more. So Star Wars The Bad Batch was announced earlier this summer, and I have some mixed feelings about The Bad Batch. I've come to, overall, think that the armor of the characters are cool. I think overall the characters are cool. Wrecker is super annoying, though, even though I think the concept of them is really weird. I saw the trailer, and I am actually really looking forward to this. I don't know why Fennec Shan is everywhere all of a sudden, but I am really excited to see The Bad Batch again. And the really cool thing about this is we're going to get to see the clones transition into the Empire, and that is really, really, really cool. I'm so excited to see that. So yeah, I am actually surprisingly really looking forward to The Bad Batch, and I love at the end when the Clone Wars logo turns into the Bad Batch logo. I am just so excited for this. So next we're going to talk about Star Wars Acolyte, and the most interesting thing about this is, the High Republic era that was originally just going to be, books? Well, guess what? We're getting a series in the High Republic era, live action about a dark side acolyte, and oh my gosh, I am so excited to see a new era of Star Wars. I am just so excited. We really don't know too much about it, but yeah, I'm just so excited to see what's next. Okay, so next up we're going to talk about Lando. Lando Calrissian is getting a series, and I'm guessing this is going to be played by Billy D. Williams once again. Rise of Skywalker very obviously set up a plot point with Lando and Janna, so I think if they're going to do a Lando story, this is definitely the route they're going to go. So I am very excited to see that. I'm very excited to see Lando go on more adventures, so yeah, I'm all for it.
Alright, I'm just going to get this over with and talk about Star Wars Visions for a second. I don't like the idea. Star Wars is creepy when it's meant to be creepy. Characters like Palpatine are some of the creepiest characters in cinema, and this is good because they're the villains. But anime is just creepy. This is definitely not something that I want in Star Wars. Now, I'm going to try to keep this video pretty positive because I think most of these projects are good, but I don't think this is going to be good. Now, I could explain why this would be bad all day, but I'm not going to. I'm going to move on to the other pieces of content that I think will actually be good. Rosario Dawson has done pretty well as Ahsoka, and I think that Ahsoka's role in The Mandalorian was really good. Honestly, I'm not the slightest bit surprised that they're making a series, but I'm really glad they are. We don't know that much about how Ahsoka's been, so I think this show will really explain some of those questions. Finally, we've gotten to the big one, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Right now, this is my most anticipated project. I think that in the prequels, Ewan McGregor did extremely well as Obi-Wan, and I think that Hayden Christensen honestly did pretty well himself. Both of these actors will be returning for Obi-Wan Kenobi. they would probably have some difficulty making a show about Obi-Wan living on Tatooine. And luckily, that's really not what they're doing, or at least that's not the understanding that I have, because it's now confirmed that Darth Vader will have some role. I think it's pretty safe to assume that we'll be seeing some kind of 10-year-old Luke Skywalker. Hopefully played by the kid who played baby Luke, as I've said in a previous video from a long time ago, but he looks a little bit different now, so we might not get that. As always, I am cautiously optimistic about the future of Star Wars. I'm not going to say this all sounds great, Visions, but I think it all sounds pretty good, except for Visions. Overall, this is extremely good news for the franchise. If you've reached this point, you obviously enjoyed the video, so please consider subscribing. Also, may the Force be with you.